are now listening to Empty Out the Clip.
This is for grandmas that pass knowledge down through stories and songs. Most are not with us no longer. We pay homage to you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We pay homage to you. Yeah, yeah.
Born and raised in the 2024 in a time way before technology connected us all. I was raised about.
All right, welcome to another episode of the EOTC podcast. Empty Out the Clip is your boy Leti. The Ace of Fade's coming to you on this beautiful Sunday afternoon in Okilangi, coming to you from the heart of West Auckland, the murder capital of NZ. And I'm joined by a seki as panel. It's probably the best panels we've had in a while, going off the guys who are here. But we're starting with Mr. 50K, Chucky Blue, Kaisar. Got the man with the silky squills, the knife, the butcher, Eddie, and none other than producer Cams himself, the network top dog. What's up, Bulls? How's it going?
Yo, what's up,
Good. Not too bad.
All right, you need the drill, man. You need the drill. It's good, Kaisar.
Yeah, shout out to the Lord above. Thank you for another day to hustle. Thank you another day to be ourselves and to provide for our families. And shout out to our viewers as well. Keep commenting down below. Get involved. You know, life's too short, so don't be shy. Come comment down below. Like, comment, and subscribe. And tell us how bad or how naughty I am, because I need to be a good boy this year so I can get some Christmas presents under the tree. So don't be shy. And also shout out to the real ones. Putting a plate on the table and just being themselves. Yeah, never fold, never give up. Always be yourself, regardless. Yep.
Yeah, I just want to make a shout out to my work crew. I won't see them in a while, so yeah, send all my support to them. My listening brothers, my inga, my family, and everyone that's helped me out in the last few weeks. Been pretty busy. Shout out to my cousin Sam. He's flying out tomorrow, so. Lofaku to all the people, and that's my shout out. Sick.
Just want to make shout outs to you guys holding it down for the EOTC, the Empty Out the Clip podcast. And shout outs to Let's and Filippo for joining me and jumping on our movie podcast, the old school movie podcast, the Late Returns film review. We reviewed the movie White Men Can't Jump.
Oh yeah.
Had a good fun time, and that was a good session. Just reminiscing about that film back in the days and what it meant to us and all that. But that will come out not tonight, but the following week. So that's the Late Returns Film Review podcast. And shout outs to all the listeners tuning in to the WesWes Network and all our content, all our podcasts. And shout outs to the boys at 135 Footy Show for keeping everyone informed on opinions on NRL and rugby league. Let's go.
Dicky. Oh man, first shout outs to the two sort of barbershop fans that popped in during this weekend. Shout outs to Daz, Tim, Sai, and his boy Mateo. Appreciate the support, man, and couldn't come at a better time. And then with a heaviest heart, man, the loss of also Domri Lua, just acknowledging his family, Gladys and Maya, and also to Joey Nanais. Dealt with a lot in the last few years by putting to rest one of our good mates that we've done some time with together and served. But looking forward to catching up with the fams tonight, family service, and hopefully pop in to the house, head over with some of the old school security boys that we worked alongside with Dom. You can catch more of our network stuff on www.weswesnet.com. You can also find our stuff on Spotify, Empty Out the Clip. You can also find our Facebook page, Empty Out the Clip. Just send a request. It's a private page, so answer the questions and security will let you in. Man, I've probably had the shortest working week. I only did like one shift and had 2 classes, so I guess I can count myself lucky. But man, how's this weather been? Is it like schizophrenic or is it just straight up lay muffs?
Man, all the above, eh? All the above.
All of it.
How's the week been anyway, guys?
Cold, man. Cold.
Just challenging, eh? Just got my second hearing coming up this week, so I'm keen, man. I'm ready to rock and roll, boys. So when there's a storm, man, you always got to face your fears in life in order for you to bring out your best version. As long as you play the game, like I said before, another podcast is don't hate the player, hate the game, So they want to play their way, I gotta play their way. I just gotta do it better than them. You know what I mean? So I've done it so many times that yeah, my advice to the viewers: stay strong, stay loyal to a good cause. If you believe in what you do and what you say, man, the all the talking will come out naturally. You know, put your faith first, and then let the faith lead, and then if all doesn't work, they just bring out their Uzi. Nah, just kidding, man, just kidding, guys. But yeah, just stay loyal to the cause, and then just play the game for what it is, man. Yeah. Knowledge is power at the end of the day, man. And that's one of the best quotes from Nelson Mandela. Other than that, boys, can't complain, man. Life is good. Life is good, man. Whether it's a storm or whether it's a light at the end of the tunnel, let's get it done, lads. I'm happy. That's the main thing.
That nice, Luce. Yeah, nah, my week's been the same, eh? Just try and get all the stuff done, eh? But we're limited on staff and time, so it's just hard to get everything completed. But this weather's been a bit hectic. I don't know. I'm not really a confrontational guy, but the contractors that are working on my roof, bro, like straight up, some of the stuff that they've done, I'm just not happy with, and I hate being that guy, but I have to get it done. You know, stuff's got to be said. But yeah, it's just been up and down week. The weather's been crazy. I felt sorry for my cousin. He's here from Samoa, so it's like didn't really get much time to go out and do stuff. So yeah, so it's just been up and down week. So yeah, tricky.
Yeah, man. It's been at work all this week, and man, I just noticed a change in the industry. Like I'm in the construction industry, and working in the office and all that. But man, I just noticed, like, I'm doing this job right now that's taking forever. And when I say taking forever, I mean it's because of all the red tape. And I've noticed that right now compared to when I first started working, man, there's a lot of red tape now. And to answer a query on site, like, there used to be back in the days a lot of times where they can just ring up and expect a yes or no answer, right? And all it is was a yes or no on the phone, and that's it. You hang up the phone and you carry on. These days, yes or no is a fucking fill out this form, email this process. Like, fuck, I can't believe how much process there is now for just little things, And I don't know if it's about like stalling for time, or people scared of getting in trouble. And I get all of that because you're dealing with thousands of dollars, even millions of dollars when it comes to building. No one wants to get caught in a mistake and have to pay for it. So you got to always put your name down on something. So I think that it's all about that. But man, then I'm just comparing it now when I first started working. Like there's heaps of red tape now, man, and it's not funny. And I'm just wondering how things get done now. It's like, fuck, I spent an hour doing something that took 5 minutes 10 years ago. Shit.
And that's why what you just said, the world's leading up to the AI soon. AI will get it done just like that.
So that means you go back around in circles, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I'm dealing with that right now at work, and I mean it's part of the job, it's cool, but it's just we're coming to a time where no one wants to be responsible for anything, even if you own it. It's always someone else's fault when something goes wrong. So
man. Blame me, it's my fault. That's why I got a second hearing. What the
fuck? So yeah, man, it's just a thing I've just observed during work, and something that's happening right now. It's been happening for the last 5-6 years, but slowly. But now it's like here. It's like it's not simple anymore. Nothing is ever simple now. But yeah, as long as you get paid every week, you go to work and come back, and you're just doing the job. So it's part of it. So.
That's
one.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So, man, it's good to be here, empty out the clip, and share some of the topics and some of the segments with you guys again. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, bro. Week's been funny, bro. I had like 3 days off. Had 2 classes. back in the classroom, bro, and bro, with my dyslexia, bro, and like people always mention, oh, do you see the words pop out? Do you see, like, and testing me whether I am dyslexic, right? How about for the first time, like I had to submit a module, and it was 5 online, and in order to do it, I had to pass it. But during these 5 modules, you get like 5 test questions, and you can get them right or wrong. At 3 in the morning, bro, because I didn't know my password, and obviously the system was down, it wouldn't let me reset. When I finally in, I'm trying to read, and as I'm stressing out, then the words start moving, then I'm like, oh shit, I don't even know how I want to get through this, man. 30 questions, but you can do the test a maximum of twice. And the first time I did, I got like 21 questions right, so I still didn't pass because you need to pass 80%, man. But lucky my girl was smart. She obviously snapshotted the first 3 questions, and they were the first 3 I got wrong, and they were simply the top question or the bottom question. Like it was either one of the two. It was like the answer was the top one or the bottom one. So I just changed those 3 around, and once I read the second lot of questions that I got wrong, I ended up passing, bro. So it was like passing. So I managed to go to the class, get it sorted, and yeah, I think it's just, bro, just when I'm frustrated and stuck, that's when I start to see the shit move around. You know what I mean? And that's bro, I never thought it would ever happen to me, but then I get it now. That's why I get so short, man. So, shout out to my girl for being patient with me, man. Like, fuck, I was like, about to lose my shit. I was literally gonna stop. You know what? I don't care if the company has to pay $900. Fuck it, I don't give a fuck, you know. But you know, with that mentality, like, just calm down. You'll get through it. It'll happen. Just don't worry. We'll just go through it. But the end of the game, man. Lucky I relied on my own knowledge to like just I'm sure that this is right. And now it got me through, and now passed the 2 classes, bro. So got the first part of the qualifications done. But now I'm grateful, man, because I have been working on my new setup that I'm kind out of. I went and picked up a door out in shout out to Sarah out in Rimurua, man. So I went from Penrose to Rimurua. I don't know why it took me like 21 minutes, but the GPS is always off. But she's such a beautiful lady, man. She gave me the door for free, and then she spoke life, man. It's the first time I ever met a Palangi lady talking life, like time value, versus like her looking after her mum, her missing her grandkids, and then also her taking in her mother-in-law. And she's Palangi. Was like, what moved me is she said, she just felt this connection to just discuss what she was going through. Like, she beat bowel cancer. She's not gonna take in her mother-in-law.
Wow.
And just for her to talk about like the importance of family, bro, blew my mind, man. I even drove home and I prayed for her, like, you know, just for their feeling of like, because I missed them, man. Like, I didn't have my parents. I can't just back up and just go kalango to anyone anymore, you know. But that's what I felt from the conversation. It felt like, man, it felt like I was talking to my old lady, you know. But yeah, bless her heart, bro, because she said take the door for free. She just asked me, was I gonna fix it up and then try and sell it for more? But I said, no way. I actually need a door. So in the end, I took a photo of it and I sent it to her, and she was like, gave it a big heart, you know. So I was like, yeah, her future in the next few years brings happiness to her, man. But yeah. That's been my week also, yeah. Can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Amen, brother.
Seki, man, we'll get into the weekend wrap of sports, man. I don't know if you guys caught the Sonny Bill fight in the Gallen. I said here first, bro. I don't think the judges got it wrong. I did wonder, shit, if they go one judge in Paul, one judge, it will be split decision. And I was even saying it as they were announcing it. But yeah, any of you guys got any other sport apart, or would these watch the fight or not?
Sonny Bill, man, I don't know. I think Leti was looking for that knockout in round 2. And yeah, I reckon it would have came.
Had they been 3-minute rounds, eh?
Oh, most definitely 3-minute rounds, most definitely a 10-rounder. But I think at the end of the day, if Sonny Bill, you know, was really that open, talkative, you know, with the build-ups and that, you shouldn't run then, you know. At the end of the day, if you really want to put some pain on somebody, you'll trade a little bit more. Leti, what do you think, brother?
So late, bro. Had that round been extended, like the 2-minute round, like he admitted it. Paul said he hurt me, he got me, but I just didn't feel any other uppercuts follow it. So it's like, bro, if he had the round been another minute and a half, and Sonny Bill had us, because in the end, bro, I sort of moved shift on and blame it to the corner for telling them, nah, just stand and bang and move, stick to the plan. Like, fuck it, well, you're not doing shit after that. I mean, yeah, Paul executed his game, eh? Just hunt, and land his body shots. Pretty much give him nothing to.
That's what he was going to do from day one, you know.
Yeah.
That's what that's the only game plan he has to do. I'll give it up for him, man. Round of applause, man. I salute the man, you know. We did call it out, man. Sonny Gallen for the win. So regardless how he's gonna do it or whatever, but I reckon Sonny Bill, man, he was still salty afterwards as well. I mean, my man, you're salty because you didn't do what you said you're gonna do. You know? So yeah, I don't know. Eddie, what do you reckon?
You know what? Mo pipa konga messy. Oh, bro. So my cousin's here, and so my mom's like, "Hey, okole boxing." I was like, "Oh, what?" You know, because I just watch it on the, on a random stream, you know, illegally. But the pop-ups, you know what I mean? So I paid for it. So late. It was like 11:30. I was falling asleep, and the fight wouldn't even start. I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to bed." So I didn't even watch it.
Wow.
So I watched the highlights the next day. Yeah, I knew Gallen was gonna win, even if Sonny Bill put up a better fight. That's on his home turf, bro. But yeah, nah. Apart from that, as a Nikia, the New Zealand boxer,
Nika.
Sole, he should have put that other guy to bed, eh? I don't know. Maybe Opataya knocked something out of him. He didn't have that killer instinct to just go, like, just to finish him off. Like, he'll corner him and then he'll back up. So I was like, oh, man. Because I want all our New Zealand boxers to be up there, eh? But, man, we just... You know, Jai Opataya, when he's the nicest guy outside the ring and he talks straight, but in the ring, you know, there's that switch that all boxers have, eh? They switch and then it's like bang, bang, bang. Apart from that, I watched Melbourne Storm lose to the mighty Eagles. So Manly took them out. I watched the Dragons need to take out the Dogs, and I watched the All Blacks have like a blasé kind of game, eh? They just didn't look sharp. Like France is all over us. I don't know, man. I want the All Blacks to do well, but man, and then watching Manu Samoa take on Skokalangi, wow. I mean, not the result we wanted, but there were some glimpses of just straight brilliance, eh, from the Samoan squad. Man, is it Michael Jones' son, Nico? Man, dude's a beast, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Just picked up the ball. I think he's playing in America at the moment, but he was in the Moana squad, 22 to 23, I think. And also, it was good seeing Umanga's son and even David Tua's son play. So, I got big hopes for this Manu Samoa squad, and hopefully they can grow and develop together. But yeah, that's all the sports that I watched. Seki.
Yeah, it was good that Manu Samoa game, and good in terms of how they played. Because if you remember, this Manu Samoa team, this is the first time they actually come together to play. You know, and Scotland's already played against Fiji. Scotland played against New Zealand Māori. Now, Scotland doesn't have their best players because they're playing for the British Lions, so that's okay. But still, they're a international team that's played, having regular games, you know, and they've just come back from their English Premiership teams or wherever it is up in the UK.
7 debutants, eh? I think.
Yeah. But you're right, man. Like, I was impressed with Manu Samoa, the way they played. Like, it's exciting, eh? It's exciting rugby.
Good.
You know, it's fast. Even though they did some mistakes, but you can put that down to they haven't played together. You know, but you can see the potential there, eh? You can see it, right? So I was happy to see them play. I was a bit disappointed that the numbers from MP Moana didn't relate to coming into this team, you know. But anyway, it was the players that they did have, eh? Because I'm sure that when the World Cup rolls around, there'll be other players that will jump in. But in terms of the depth and development, if this team was going to be the up and coming guys, the guys that are going to come through on the bench and then sprinkle some of these other guys in, because you're going to get the international guys coming back for the World Cup. I think we have a good team, eh? As long as this group stays together and plays all year and then play next year. Because 27 is the World Cup, eh? Yeah. So if they keep this team for the next 2 years, that we'll do some good.
Well, that's it, eh? The Manu Samoa team having their game. That's exactly what Cam said. at the end of the day, if they keep busy this year, they'll gain that year of experience, come internationally when it comes to the World Cup, as when there's other international players come in. They'll have a good taste of experience. That development will combine, and then they won't get the starstruck or get any getting any sort of nervousness, as much. Yeah. So good game for them. It's all at the end of the day. It was all about that experience to gain.
Yeah.
Yeah. As for the All Blacks, they didn't play well, but that's what happens if you put a bunch of Chiefs players in there. Majority of Chiefs players in the All Blacks.
What a sad guy.
That's what's gonna happen.
Oh man.
No, they came through and won the game at the end. But no, that was a good game too.
Good comeback. Good comeback.
Yeah, so watch that. I watched the my Manly Seagulls beat Melbourne Storm. And you know what sucked about that game? I bet it against them, Fuck.
Hey,
This
guy.
This is what you're talking about. You're talking about Melbourne Storm at home. You're talking about Melbourne Storm at home. And Manly hasn't been... Manly won 2 games prior to this. But they played Melbourne Storm at home. Man, I bet against them, man. And wow, they won it. I was like, shit.
Oh man,
Fuck.
It's not a little fair, those.
Hello, Cherry.
I don't think it's
Hello,
supposed
Cherry
to.
Evans. Cherry Evans.
I think the rule is when it comes to your team. And there's a game like that, you don't get against the home team. You're not allowed to place a bit like that.
Go through the storm with the Bulls. Go through the storm with the Bulls.
You just, instead of placing the bet, you pick a try scorer instead. Hey,
Remember what I said about the currency when it comes to loyalty? Yeah, Cabs, you chose the dollar. You chose the dollar over loyalty, brother. You chose the dollar, man.
So that happened. The other thing I want to say is I want to apologize to all the watchers on YouTube that watched the 135 footy show, because when they woke up on Thursday morning, it wasn't there. The episode wasn't there. Do you know why? Because I usually edit after they record on Wednesday nights. So I didn't do it. Do you know why? Because the fight was on Wednesday, and that was a waste of time, man.
Oh, yeah.
I wasted my time. I should just edit that episode of 135 footy show. I just after that fight happened, I was like, what the hell, man? Went to bed at 1 a.m. Fuck. I was like, man, I could have edited that. I could have edited that 135 footy show episode and not watch the stupid fight, man.
Yeah.
So I just want to apologize to everyone that woke up in the morning and never saw the episode there.
Shaka. There's a bit more updates. But yeah, we'll go after Leti.
I guess the only gold you can take out of that was the sour look on Paul Gallen's face when Sonny pulled his shirt over, keeping the wraps off his hands, and he goes, "Put it there, bro, just shake my hand. You can tell he was, you go away like, fuck, right in front of the camera even,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably the only good thing that came out of it. And then the fact that, Paul Gallen had probably had the mana to sort of say, not talk shit about Sonny Ball, So I thought that was cool. But also reading, like, just with the latest, was it Shanika Johnson, first undisputed world phantomweight champion, bro. Never been done, man. And she fights out of Australia, Kiwi born. But didn't you guys pick up on that?
No, not really. I saw a bit of a post on it, a little bit of a highlights on it, but it's not deeply mentioned on New Zealand sports media as much. Because she's Australian based, man, and then soon as there's a little bit of Kiwi that's that achieves on a world class stage, then New Zealand starts promoting that stuff. But man, big ups to her, congratulations to her. But I think she needs to spend a little bit more time in New Zealand to know her own background with her own culture and her own people, because she was on the Aerial podcast a couple of days ago, and he asked questions about New Zealand, and she was pretty randomly blasé about it, because she said she moved to Australia or what, I think. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But she's rightfully so, man. She's Māori at the end of the day. But probably the main focus will be Lani Daniels, if anything. So they say that she's the first. There's man, I forgot her name. Daniela Smith, that's right. Back in the day, as welterweight, she was coming out of Monty Beetham's stable back then, down in the viaduct down there. So she's the first female world title holder who achieved that from our backyard. And then there's Lani Daniels coming up. So and then this one here with this other one from Aussie that's come up. So yeah, big ups to them as well. So I don't know, man. Yeah. But by speaking of that, just doing a follow up on that David Nika against Nick the Greek. I know Nick the Greek well, and David Nika has been an amateur since the Parker days. So they all connect. They all been in the Parker days. Jay Pataya, Patrick Malata. They're all from that same generation, that same era from the amateur days. They only just started to come up now in the professionals. But take nothing away from Nick the Greek. If he was the old original Nick the Greek, man, the David Nika would be on his ass. So, but that's Nick the Greek that everybody can see today, who's past his best. But Nick the Greek back in the days, oh man, he was also in the era of Joseph Parker as well, and David Nika. But man, he was a hard nut, man. He was a hard cracker. So, man, that North Shore boy can bang. I can tell you right that he's probably the Mike Tyson version of North Shore. So shout out to Nick, man. Good to see you out there, but not good to see you not at your best version, brother. So by saying that, UFC, shout out to UFC 318 main event, last showdown, Max Holloway versus Justin Poirier. Yeah, retirement fight, man. It's part 3, man. Those guys, man, is going to be a war. That should be on like soon. Co-main events for that one is middleweight Roman Kopolov against Paulo Costa. So yeah, the battle of the big bangers right there. And then what is it? The underdogs coming on there from Daniel Boaz got knocked out. Yeah.
Yeah, round.
Yeah.
Was it round 5?
Got knocked out. Yeah, man.
5,
Shucks. I mean, Usovic had to do that to shut up all the critics, all the professionals, because they reckon he was going to get taken out. But man, what a classic knockout there from Usovic. And I reckon Parker should be the next one runner up, because they're throwing names like Derek Tuzism. Bro, he's in the last 3 years, he's had how many losses in a row, man? So Parker should be the next contender for that, man. So and also shout out to Manny Pacquiao, man, taking on the American-Mexican Mario Barras, Mexican fighter, world title fight. Age 46, man, Pacquiao. Yeah, 78 crew, the 78 club. So hopefully he gets through that one. And then, yeah, man, that's the shout outs for July Fight Vibes. Let's get it on.
Thank you, boys. We'll get into our first topic. I titled This Tough Living, man, and it's a little article that's posted up on the Empty Out the Clip Facebook page. The Latu family, kids sleeping on chairs, house with 12 people residing in it. Who wants to go first? Who read that one?
I read a little bit about it. Man, pretty sad story, eh? So their house got affected by the flood, was it, or not?
Nah, this is just a lady just explaining, like, her husband's been on a benefit. He's got an injury in his knee. He's no longer on HCC, so they're both on the unemployment benefit. They have their kids. 3 of them are sleeping on couches in the lounge, but they have 12 people living in their household. And she's pretty much just saying that everything that's a meal is basically pretty much just rice. This is the times that we're living in, and it's cold, but yeah, I'll go first on that one. Just when I've just entered this new career path that I'm in, like I was leaving for work and I was looking in the lounge, and my girls, they were sharing a queen size bed in one of the rooms. So I've given up my barber space, my cabin, just to house one of my girls in now. And I get it. Like at the age of 13 or 12, you girls, they need their space, right? So my son's got his own room. And I'll just sleep wherever, man. Like wherever I can get a good nap in overnight. But this family's obviously doing it hard because there's not enough income coming into their household. So the struggle is real. But I mean, this is just one family. But I mean, you can imagine trying to keep warm in houses that were built in the 60s, 70s where there's no insulation and you got a heat pump, right? How do you retain that heat? I mean, a lot of people will just sleep in one room. Maybe turn the heater on. Everyone just do the marae styles because you'd probably be safer. The only thing is, like, if one person is sick, well, then you're going to get everyone else sick that's staying trying to keep warm in that room, right? But this to me is not new. Like, I grew up in a household like that. I didn't get a room until I was probably 17 and was only shortly lived, and then I ended up paying expensive board and rent. But now you can only pray for better days for them. I know there were some community people trying to help this family out, and just to make it lighter on them. But yeah, it must be tough as a parent knowing that you're just surviving, just paying bills, and knowing that you gotta, worry about your kids all sleeping on the couch, especially when you got young ones in the house.
Yeah, no, it's very, yeah. That's the thing, yeah. With us Polynesians, we always try to group together to ease in the burden, eh? But yeah, I mean, if you lost your income, for injury and ACC's not covering it, I mean, where's it going to come from? ACC is like a good safety net to have if you're injured from work, and if you don't have any of those safety nets, it's just going to get worse and worse. And I feel like with this government, there's not going to be much breathing space for our people out there. And and there people complain about crime. I mean, when you're on the streets and you're pushed against a brick wall, like there's no other choice that you can go through. I know a few friends that work for a lot of the food banks, and they're just stretching anything they can to help anyone out. You look at Dave Letele, he's trying his best to help, but there's only a few people out there that's doing it. So man, I hope someone can step in and help this family, or if there's a GoFundMe page or something that people can put a little to. But in times like these, we need to pull together and just come together as a community and just support each other. But yeah, Seki.
Yeah, times are hard, eh? Feel for the family with 12 kids staying in their house, and then Erna is off ACC now. So yeah, man, that's a hard one. And also cramped places. You got to be careful not to cramp them. Crowded places and small rooms and so on and so forth, because of strep throat as well, especially at this time of the weather and all that. Yeah, there are supports out there that you can go to. Hopefully they've signed up with the KO houses and try to get some better living arrangement and bigger living arrangements and one of the new builds. So yeah, we'll pray for their family, and yeah, struggle is real.
Yeah, man. It's just these kind of stories happen all the time. Keeps on coming up, eh? And you sort of hear it, and then you go, "Oh, yeah, it's pretty bad out there," and then you don't really think about it until the next story comes, and then the next story comes. So it's a reminder of how hard it is out there for some people, eh? And man, just over the past few months, like the cost of living and stuff. What's been going up lately? It's been for us, it's been food. It was the eggs went up, and then now it's the butter. It's gone up heaps now. Now it's the power bill. Now the power bill is gonna go up. It's like inflation, whatever it is. It keeps on going up and up. So I think for me and my family, anyway, when I think about all this stuff, just really appreciative for all the help that's out there at the moment. Because if you don't get that help, then what are you going to have? You might as well be like America. And you don't get any help. You get just thrown onto the street, right? So I'm grateful for all the help that is out there. Like, you guys mentioned it with Dave and all the food banks out there. So yeah, any families out there, you got to use these things that are out there in the community, eh? And for us to just help out any way we can, donate to these food banks and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I think the other things I think about too when I hear about these stories is what kind of struggles are we facing? Like, if we have a house of our own, if we have a family lives in the house, it's the cost of living. So it's trying to save money, like, trying to save power. And I laugh, because I remember when I was young, my old man, he gets angry when things are left on, like the TV's left on or the light is left on. He's running around turning off these lights, and as kids, he's scared to leave everything on because we'll get in trouble. We don't know why. And now I'm an adult. I'm running around my house turning off lights that are on and turning off stuff. And I'm like, shit, that's what my man was. He was doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. It's sort of same story, yeah. It's still the same story. So.
Because when you start paying the bills, bro, then you gotta start running around. So it's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll get it now, I'll get it.
Exactly. What goes around comes around, eh? Yeah.
I don't.
Thank you, boys. That leads into our next article, and this is probably the most. This could qualify as sick can of the week, man. But obviously, this was an article shared, and there's a cop who pulls over for a routine check and ends up sleeping with a lady he's pulled over. Like, how is that even a thing? Like, how is that even possible? But I don't know if he's read the article. But anyone want to touch on that?
Eddie.
Hey,
Eddie, you go first. Yeah. Stop randomly do those cop checks, right?
Nah, it just screams like unprofessionalism, eh? Like we're supposed to protect and serve in our community, and then he does this. But hopefully all the other police officers like string him up for it, because like, man, you become vulnerable, eh? Like, I remember reading the story of this lady who was sexually assaulted in Christchurch, and she went to the police about it, and the lead police officer said, okay, don't worry, I'll handle it, blah blah. And then she's like, okay, sweet. So she went home and started receiving messages from this guy. And you have to remember, when you're isolated and you don't want to tell your family what happened, these police officers become like your main lean on kind of person, you know. And anyway, this police officer started messaging her outside of work hours, and a relationship was developed, and basically he took advantage of a vulnerable person at that situation. But yeah, it's hard because you're vulnerable, you know. You're vulnerable, and you're in a kind of like a weird kind of space, you know, like, because the cops, you look at cops with authority and trust and whatnot, and you trust that they make the right decisions. But in this case, it's just, I don't know if it was just a sick cunt at that time, or he just wanted to take advantage of the opportunity, or whatever. But it's a big mistrust of the badge. But don't make all police officers like this. But hopefully this is just the one. Because majority of cops that I know are pretty good dudes and are willing to serve our community. But Seki.
No, I think there's many. I think there's many, mate. Yeah, it's not just the one, man. It's not a one-off thing, brother. We all know.
Yeah.
Nah, a job I used to do before, man, we got a call out for it, and it was a noise control call out. And the property that we went on to was a huge property, and we had to drive around, and then we were driving around for ages, and this was like flipping 3 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, to cut a long story short, one of the boys said, "Oh, did you hear that?" So this place was huge. This company, it was pitch dark, bro, and then we had to stop. So we had 4 vehicles on site, so we stopped. And then one of the boys said, "Did you hear that?" And then, man, it was 3 o'clock in the morning, and we all just stopped, and then we could hear some noise. Hey. So we had to walk it. We ended up walking to just to cover the perimeter. And then so this noise control complaint came in. It was probably about 4 times they called in, eh? And then one of the operators said they could even hear it when this complaint came through. Anyway, cut a long story short, we went to follow the noise, and the noise just got louder and louder, pitch dark. And then we saw this vehicle by itself, in about 50 meters out. Anyway, we walked up to the vehicle. The noise was getting louder and louder. Man, cut a long story short, man, all the windows were fogged out, man. Put 2 and 2 together, boys. You know what it is. Anyway, we started having a giggle and a laugh, and then one of the boys just tapped on the door, and then they was basically still going hard out. So then tapped on the door again, and then they stopped, and then the dude kicked the door at me. He goes, "Oh, what's up?" He said, "Man, shucks, bro, you can't do this shit here." Yeah, obviously it was a male and female. Yeah. And then behind in that area where they were at, there was a new builds. There was new builds there. So, cut a long story short, we got information, and man, he was a copper. He was a copper. Go next level, bro. He was a detective, bro. And the one that he was banging was a flipping client. So, man, how about that, man? It's not a one-off thing, man. So, abuse of service, abuse of your uniform, or to serve and protect. I mean, what is that? Yeah, like I said, what's that guy, that CEO? They got stung at the Coldplay concert. My man, yeah. Business hours, 9 to 5. Anything after business hours is all play, brother. Let's get it done, lad. Yeah.
So the thing with these two cops, so I was just reading the article. So what happened is these two cops pulled over a girl, and for traffic, something about traffic. They gave her a ticket. The cop found her name on the computer and her number, privately texted her, and then they hooked up, right? But the next day, so they're hooking up. So the girl, she was drunk at a party. She texts that cop to come pick her up, to take her home. But the cop is working, so he's with his partner, the guy that was at the time when they gave her a ticket. So they go pick up the girl from work, they take her home. The other cop stays in the car while the other cop takes her inside, and he's inside for like an hour. So they're hooking up. So that's the whole thing. So the whole thing is about like using the database at the work, the computer to look up her information and get her number and hooking up with her. Hooking up with her like that. So I think the thing for me is to, like, I know with your information, personal information, it's all out there on social media. For Facebook and all these corporates to take all that information and use it to sell advertising and all that. So, but then there's another level of people knowing your information through the police database, or even at the bank, man. So if you have friends that work at the bank, how easy it is for them to just look up how much money you got in your account, just because they work at the bank. So all I'm saying is, like, your information, your personal information is out there for people to use, whether it be professionally or not. Like, it can be done. So yeah, I thought that it's unprofessional what that guy did, but I think it shouldn't have been done. But it's
hard, man.
it was one of those things.
Now, just as Chucky touched on it, what about that couple that got caught? I know Filippo posted that up, and that's got to be another front runner for Fia Poko with this copper. But I don't know if you saw the video, but did any of you guys see the Coldplay spotlight? They went around and caught the CEO and the HR.
So, man, who hasn't seen it? Wow, that's everywhere on social media.
Viral,
man. That's gone viral. Like,
but that's the power of social media, and how it's a different beast, bro. Because I think the asking for privacy, like in that moment, it's got to be that would actually do it for me. Like, I was like, to justify.
I think for me, like, it's just how it's gone viral and how everybody's jumping on it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's fascinating because, okay, this is a CEO guy. Obviously, he's a millionaire, and this is an HR girl, and they shouldn't be doing what they're doing, but they do it anyway. And he's got caught. So, and it's blasted online like something I've never seen before. Like, no one knows who these people are. Just the fact that he's a CEO, just the fact he's a rich dude, And when you're talking about like work and all that, and social media, they're gonna jump on any opportunity they can get to, ruin the reputation of a rich white dude. Like, that's what I got out of it. So,
but he's married. He's married. He's got kids. They're both married. They're both married. They both got families. So they got caught red-handed on the kiss cam. You know what I mean? So yeah. How funny is that? Made it even worse when they try to hide. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing. Do you think if they didn't try to hide, would it have still gone viral?
Yeah. Nah.
They just acted it out.
Yeah. Because it's because if you're the one with the microphone and then you go, oh, not that having an affair. And then why cover your face, right? You know, that's it, bro. But for it to go viral the way it has, bro, it's just like, fuck, man. Is that what the world's up to? We're that fucking bored with our own lives that we're watching this guy get hung out to dry. The only thing I can say is that lucky Reina Pacifica guy.
Wow, picture paints 1,000 words there, guys. Wow, right.
No one. Society doesn't like a cheating couple. Society does not like that at
Maybe
all,
they
man.
do, maybe they don't. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of guilt. You know, people like when someone gets caught, everybody feeds off it because who knows,
Well,
bro?
at least he apologized to his family in his letter. Wow. How white is
But
that?
see, if he wasn't a CEO, if he was a random dude and that was a random girl, like not even rich or anything, do you think it would have still gone viral like the way it has?
I think it was just funny because obviously it's just been microphoned by the fact that the artists have just pointed it out, like, you know, because it could be just all bullshit, right? And it could be just the magazine just trying to get clickbait on that, but it's done its thing. It's carried its course, and people are fucking talking about it. Like, to hear it on a radio station, that's what cracks me up. Both different shows on the radio station. That's when you know it's like, wow.
It made last
how
night's
about
news
that?
as well too, bro.
Oh, fuck's sake. Man.
Yeah, it made last night's news. I was like, what the shit? Damn.
How crazy is that?
Viral and local news. Yeah.
Nah, sicky, man. We'll get into our comments corner.
Yo, Comments Corner. I just want to make a shout out to Vailima and JF685 for commenting. And Leti, you got a thing as well?
Yeah, man. Well, this part of our comments corner is proudly in association with West City Shoes, man. So this is a bit of a lead up to our 200 and 201 episodes. So shout out to the family at West City Shoes. So this is a prize pack. So you're gonna go into the draw. So this is what you gotta do. So listen up. Take note. Follow the West City Shoes Instagram page, or simply go on our WesWes Net Facebook page or Instagram. Tag West City Shoes. So give West City Shoes a follow and tag under any of their shoes, or actually if you can find a pair of Chuck Taylors or Tim's, and comment WesWes Net and a friend. You can enter as many times as you want. So for example, you can go into WesWes Net, our page, tag West City Shoes, put at Eddie the Butcher or at Leti Smith, and it will come up. You can tag as many people as you want, and you'll go into the drawer in association with WesWes Network, and Ladies Barbers will buy you a pair of shoes at the value of $250. So yeah, be in to win, man. So keep tagging as many people as you want, man. Show a lot of love for this place. This place has been putting shoes on my feet for the last 30 years, man. So just a bit of a wrap up our 200 episodes, which has been ticking over so beautifully the last however many years, 3 years, 3.5 years, 4 years. Yeah, just a bit of just a bit of love for our local businesses. Sicky.
Me.
So our local news on sport, man. Bro, there's been an upset of sport over the weekends, man. But man, stay tuned for this results here. And this starting with the 1A North Harbour. 1A North Harbour competition. Rosmini beat Rangitoto 10-0. Takapuna Grammar went down to Whangarei Boys 15-41. And Westlake Boys smashing Mahurangi College 71-14. And our neighbouring brothers and sisters up in Massey High School smashing Uriwa 47-10. Now, this is what it does for their leadership board. Westlake now share the top place with Rosmini with 48 points. Whangarei third with 43. Rangitoto 33. Massey in fifth with 25. Mahurangi 16. Seventh place in Takapuna 6 with 6 points. In eighth place in Uriwa with 1 point. So that makes up the top 8 of the 1A North Harbour.
Yo.
Now the 1A Cup, Auckland. We got De La Salle, who went down to St. Peter's 17-28. St. Ken's went up over St. Paul's 43-17. Botany Downs going down to Mount Albert Grammar 33-38. And probably the saddest result of the weekend, Carlton Boys losing to King's College 28-5. Sacred Heart smashing Dilworth 73-14. And our brothers in arms, Liston College going down 1 point to Auckland Grammar 24-25. So
Oh,
that's
good
the
game.
upset of
Good
the
game.
round, yeah. So, but what it does do for the table and the points table, St. Kitts are now leading the 1A comp with a close second of Kings. Third is Sacred Heart, and Liston still holding fourth place. What it does for the top six is Auckland Grammar and Kaisar now tying, and St. Peter's in sixth. So yeah, that makes up the top six of the 1A comp.
Nice,
Exactly.
nice.
Okay, so we'll get into what have you been watching. Start with you, Kaisar. What's in your search browser or what's been playing on your television?
Man, to be honest, I was gonna go check out that Superman movie, but I didn't get the chance to this week. Hopefully, this week coming, I get the chance to watch that. The search browser, to be honest, boys, haven't watched too much things, Haven't watched too much things, to be honest. What about you, Eli?
Yeah, no, I'm being the same, man. I just be watching all the live sport. Be trying to sleep a lot, trying to catch up on sleep. But no, I just been watching videos like on scams and stuff, overseas. So yeah, just trying to prepare myself and whatnot. I did watch a few docos on rugby league. On the old players and how they used to play, and even how the Warriors started their team up, and how they were giving like blank checks, and how it was a big struggle for the Warriors to start up because that year rugby union was going through the World Cup and it was switching to professionalism. So rugby league was like the new boys on the block, and it's kind of sad how some of the rugby union places would boycott anything that was being sold or set up for the Warriors. So that was a big thing to watch. Man, have you ever seen those like guy kind of like things or videos on YouTube where they do something stupid and it just doesn't make sense? Like this one is like the guy couldn't put the servae on properly, so he cuts the back of the servae and puts it on. I'm like, wait, what? Just undo the shoelaces and put the shoe on properly. Yeah, wow, bro. There's heaps of them, and it's like, like cutting an avocado and cutting onions, and they just make these stupid inventions to keep here. It's like, nah, bro. So yeah, just been doom scrolling on that. And that's it. Just been watching some true crime stuff, but nothing much, How about you, Cams?
Man, I've been watching a lot of food reviews, on YouTube. So I've been watching I think I was explaining to you guys last week off camera, but I've been watching those, what's his name? Jimmy Jackson. So he's going around doing these food reviews.
Pie reviews,
Yeah, pie reviews. But one thing I noticed about that guy's reviews, he's not a very good, doesn't have a good palate. Because he doesn't like a lot of stuff. Like he takes a lot of stuff out of the burgers, man. Like he takes the tomato out and the lettuce. So, man, what kind of review are you? Like,
Yeah. Because you said he touched on a lunch bar. It was at a cafe up the road from your Wickles.
Yeah. So
And it was with the pies, eh? Tell us
So
about
I
that.
watched the one. It was called Pie Roller. They're just up from our work. Now I went to get a pie there like a few months ago, and it's nice, man. It's nice. It's juicy. They do gourmet pies, and what they do, it's pretty expensive. It's like $10, but if you want, at another $2, they put potato on top of it, like potato mash on top of it, and make a hole, and they pour some gravy on it too, so you can have that. But anyway, I got it like a couple of months ago. I got the brisket pie. It was nice, man. It was juicy. It was just yum, man. I loved it, eh? So anyway, Jimmy Jackson, he does a review on that place, and he buys the same pie, and he goes out and reviews it. And I don't know what happened, but the pie he had was dry as, man, and he hated it. And you can see it too on the video. It looked dry, and I was like, man, that was nice when I had it. Like it was nice and juicy, but obviously he got a bad batch or something, or they didn't know who he was, and they just gave him a normal pie and without doing a quality check, because man, it looked gross, man. It looked dry, and he says it too. He bit into it. Goes, oh man, he was disappointed. He said, this is yuck, this is dry. Look at it. And he showed it in the camera. It's all dry. It was falling to bits. Man, I was disappointed because I had a nice one. but he was disappointed, and he gave it a bad review. He gave it a really bad review.
Maybe they knew
And,
who he was, man. They didn't give a shit. He's like, but give it this dry pipe from 2 days ago, man. Who the fuck is this guy?
I know, man. But the thing was, he gave a bad review, right? And it was, when I watched it, it was okay because I can see it's dry. So, man. Anyway, I read the comments, right? And there's one guy in the comments, and he commented, he says, man, you shouldn't do that. That's a business trying to be a business. If you shit on them, they're gonna lose money and lose their business. You shouldn't be doing that. But I disagree with that. I was like, nah, man. If you're paying good money to buy some good food, you expect some good quality food. This price of fucking $12, man.
Yeah.
You don't want a fucking dry ass like meat inside if you're paying $12 for a pie, a gourmet pie. So I was like, nah, man, you can't be
Agreed,
like that,
bro.
man.
Nah, agreed, man.
Like,
100%.
nah, that's the point of a food review, to give you an honest review. So you don't go out
Make that mistake.
and make that mistake yourself.
No.
You know,
Especially if it's your last $20, bro. Last $20, you get buy a $12 pie and you pull and your missus looking at you like, well, should we have gone and got 2 other pies you could have got, or 3 other pies you could have got for $5? But, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just thinking about it, and it's actually a common thing that people go under these reviews and say, hey, you shouldn't be giving this bad review because they're a business, they're trying to make money put the food on the table for their families. And bruh, if they're gonna bring out a bullshit product, they shouldn't be in business.
Yeah.
Fuck, you don't give out that stuff. Nah, you shouldn't be in business, man. Like, do something else because obviously you're not qualified to make gourmet pies.
Yeah,
You're gonna have a bad batch like that.
Yeah, you can always give it back though, eh? But the thing about us, our people, we're so humble. You know what I mean? Or we're so you know what I mean? We're so like, if we buy something shit because we work hard for our coin, right? And every business knows that the consumer can actually give it back, you know, and let them know, hey, this is shit, you know. Can I have a refund, or can you give me something better? You know, it's underneath consumer acts that you can actually do that to a business, you know. If you're not being served properly, you can actually tell them, you know. But I think majority of people is either too embarrassed or being Pacific Islander would like, oh shit, I'm not coming back here again. Stuff there, I'm not even going to go back with and challenge that. But we should. We should,
right.
because it's our right. Because $12 a pie, man, what the fuck, man? That's a lot of money, you know. A lot of hard-earned sweat, you know, on our first 5 minutes of our jobs, right? So we should look at that. It's the value, it's the point, it's the concept of the challenge that brings the value, and it's good for them to know that as customers, right? As
if they're not business accountable. Makes
them. That's it. Exactly right.
Like, how many times have you gone to like a drive-through and you go back home and they're missing a burger or something, or missing fries,
or short half a dozen nuggets?
You always miss something and then you still go back there, like, you know, a week later. So
true, man.
Things like that.
So true.
So that's me. I'll be watching these food reviews.
That's good, man.
I remember this one time me and my mate went to the McDonald's and like we were, well, I was drunk. I don't know what it was, but man, they told us to wait for ages, and we pulled up to the side and waited for the order. It wasn't much. It was like 4 burgers and 2 chips and 2 drinks. We were waiting for ages for the burgers, and when the guy came, it was like, I think he said it was like half an hour, but because I was drunk, it didn't feel like half an hour. It felt like 5 minutes. But the man gave us like 8 burgers, We're like, oh shit.
Dang.
So like, there are some dudes out there with good customer service,
Just out of
generally, I think New Zealand's got bad customer service,
Yeah.
We could be better.
In general way.
We could be better.
If you go to America, and they'll show you what customer service is all about, man. But they have a tipping thing. They do it for tips. But
so true.
Seki boys, I've got a little it's a rant that Nikita brought up, but you guys need to tune your ears in and listen, because I'm only gonna say it once and I can't repeat it. So I'll tell it off the top of my head, and I want your honest opinions about it. And it's to do with a checkpoint. So one of my cousins went through a checkpoint, and she's disqualified from driving. She was taking over. She's a team leader, and she had one of her work colleagues in the car with her. So she's gone through a routine checkpoint, which would be breathalyzed. She passed. They've then seen the warrant was out. Now, she was just borrowing someone else's car. Now, The guy's doing the flagging down, right? It's every 2 cars. So instead of stopping at the island guy, they went to the Palangi guy. Now the Palangi guy, he's probably fresh to the law enforcement. He's noticed she's cleared and picked up the warrant. Now this is a breathalyzer test just before they've gotten to work. So this cop has done a power trip and has done the whole shebang, everything that you can throw at her. Taken the car off her, suspended her from driving even more. And as the phone was ringing, because she was late for work, he wouldn't let her answer the phone. She even explained, look, I got to answer that because my colleague's going to be late and I'm the person in charge taking over the next shift. This cop has replied to her, your friend that's walking to work can tell your workplace. And they're about 5 minutes away from work. Checking it back at you guys, how do you think this cop handled the situation? Only for her to leave that car and wait for Nikita to go pick her up. And the island cop says to her, I should have flagged you down and done the breath test myself. What do you guys think of that situation? Because this was just last night.
Damn. Yeah, I think bit of a power trip, I reckon. Like, there sometimes cops have that room for leniency. Man, I remember watching Motorway Patrol, and there was this island lady going down the wrong side of the motorway, going at full speed. And when the cops pulled her over, this Bahrain cop was amazing. He said, "Look, I'm gonna disqualify you from driving because you were driving the wrong side." She was like 80 something, and then he offered a police officer to drive her car home with her, and then offered himself to pick her up and take her to church. Now that's leniency, and that's not power tripping at all. But man, if you see a person, who's not doing anything wrong, besides out there to warrant a fitness, passing the breathalyzer test, surely there should be room for leniency. Or, hey, I need this car off the road, or sticker it, say, look, you can drive to the end of the day, but that's it, because within the law. But if you're so strict and rigid like that, how are you supposed to make communities stronger? You know what I mean? Sick.
No, I agree. Man, the cop did majority of what he was gonna do, and on that scenario that Eddie was talking about, Leti was talking about, sorry. For them just to make a phone call just to give heads up for their job, I reckon, bro, relax. What's that got to do with the cop? I mean, regardless, you should have just let them make that phone call. Here's no power of authority of their own personal lives. You know what I mean? Outside of him issuing a ticket or standing down the driver or taking the vehicle, stopping the vehicle. Man, by all means, she's got every right, in her rights as a citizen, just to just make that call, not have that he's power tripping, that's what I'm trying to say. The dude's power tripping, man. And if anything, man, I think a lot of cops out there just need to relax, man. Because it could bite you in the ass one day if you take it the next level. You know what I mean? There's actually you're coming close to abuse, of your rights and abusing your service in uniform. So relax, man. That's why a lot of cops get bad reps, man. It's like Eddie was saying, man. It comes down to you just being a good communicator of the community. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Does this cop want to be a principal or high school or something? That's the worst kind of power trip, when you treat others like little kids. Like just the way you described it, like, no, don't pick up your phone. You can what? Man, that's got nothing to do with this ticket you're about to issue. Like, if the ticket was about the warrant of fitness, well, here's the warrant of fitness. It's got nothing to do with me organizing my work, because I'm going to work, So that's the worst kind of power tripping, man. And that's the worst kind. We already spoke about the other kind where the guy gets the phone number of the girl and hooks up afterwards. So I don't know if that's kind of what sort of cop he is, but yeah. It's the wrong kind of power tripping.
I guess challenge it as well. For our people in the community, you have the right to challenge. You have a right to challenge. Don't be intimidated.
Okay, if I was a judge listening to this case and they relayed back everything that the cuz had just heard from the Pacifica cop who said, I should have flagged you down instead. Now, I thought, okay, say, for example, the car that's at the tail end of the driveway, because it wasn't her car, was the only car available, and her car was locked 3 cars in. Whoever's got the keys for the car in the middle's fucked off. We can't get the car out. So I've just had to take that car. Say that was the example. Okay. This guy's got 4 kids. He's got to do school drop-offs. Now they're without a car. Okay. And just because his car was locked in behind 2 other cars in front of it. That cop obviously doesn't have any life skills to know, like, okay, the hardship that you've just given the cousin here, because number one, she's disqualified. She wasn't breathalyzing over the limit. And a failed warrant says a lot about the character and just obviously the life skills of this cop, which is pretty much next to fucking nothing. And like clearly newbie, and just might be trying to throw the maximum amount of fines he can chuck at a lady. The sick part about it, to tell her not to use the phone, even though she's a manager at a job, and she's literally like 2 minutes away from her job, is the heartless part, right? So a bit of empathy would have gone a long way for me, like in my head. Show her some empathy by later answering the phone at least. But for him to not do that, like that's where you want to go and complain, right? You'd rather get the team leader to come out and say, hey, why am I being pulled over, and challenge it there and then. Like, especially if they're gonna say, tell your work colleague to tell your workplace. Like, what kind of fucking cop says something like that? Like, I was quite annoyed and like mad, like, it's like, fuck. So Kira ended up picking up my cousin and taking her to work. But it's the fact that the car's gone now. Now, her bro doesn't have a car to use for work and to drop off his kids. Like, at least say, look, hey, your brother can go get the car because he's got a full license. He can go pick up his car. But then impound the car for 28 days. Like, fuck, what are you trying to do to the community, man? Like, I don't hope that cop fucking hears this, bro. What a piece of shit. Like, it makes me so mad because, like, they were going to work, man. Okay, now she's late. It's going to look bad by trying to make her look bad to the workplace by telling her colleague to go tell work she's out here getting a fine for a fucking warrant. What the fuck? You know, like, have a bit of understanding about the person's situations before you start fucking slapping them with fines. Like, in fucking New Zealand cops, man, do better, bro. And that's one of your apples in your core and in your group at work. Fucking talk to him, bro. What a fucking muppet. We don't need cops like that on the roads, man. Straight up. We don't need cops like that. Those are the sort of cops that get disrespected from Pacifica people when they see them and they call them pigs. Because that's pig shit stuff, man. Fucking time and place and just fucking grow up, man. When shoes on the other foot, he's probably one of the guys that fucking Kaisar was knocking on the glass and hey, put your fiber bottle away, mate. You know? But that's the sort of stuff that it's like, bro, shouldn't be happening, bro.
I wasn't knocking on it. It was one of my work colleagues. I was just having a good look.
I mean, because I've been pulled over, right? I've been pulled over on the learners, and I've had a cop say to me, look, I'm going to turn that way. Whatever you do when you go that way, that's totally on you. But I learned my lesson, man. Fuck, I didn't drive until I got my restrictor, and that was it. It was done, you know? But to open it up and see I got a $400 fine, a $100 fine, he got to slap me with a $500 fine, man, you know? But it's just fucking better choices, man. Like, fuck, who does that?
But by saying that, I think that the cop needs to be trained in people skills, really. The cops, any cop like that needs to be trained in people skills. Because it's funny you said that. I remember years ago, I got pulled up out in Mangele. Man, I had a few beers too, and it was on the night of my birthday, and I was on a restricted license. Anyway, the car wasn't warranted or anything like that, and it was a turbo. It was a turbo. But cops pulled me up. They said, "Oh, bro, man, what's up? Yeah, this and that, bro." At the end of the day, they checked my license. Yeah, they knew I was exceeded the driving hours, you know, the curfew, and then they said, "Oh, you've been drinking?" I said, "Oh yeah, just a few cans, brother." They didn't even breath test me. And I told them, what's your address? And I said, oh, just 5 minutes off the road. They knew where it was, this and that, etc. Man, they said, oh, I'm gonna give you a ticket, but this ticket can be waived, yeah? If you sit your license in the next 10 working days. Within that barrier, they'll waive the ticket. Straight up. And bro, that was just them encouraging me to fucking get off my ass and get a full license. Yeah. So if I don't want that fine, yeah, do it within 10 working days. They said, Kaisar, it's up to you, bro. But if you don't do it, then yeah, you get that fine. I said, fuck, bro. First thing Monday, man, I was sending that license straight away, bro. There's
What
no
up
way I could
today?
afford that ticket, bro. But straight up, man, bro, Balangis too, man. Straight up, man.
Yeah.
Much love to those guys. They know how to talk to your community, bro.
No,
And
straight up,
that's how,
man.
bro. That's Auckland. That's Auckland, man.
That's all they need to happen there. A bit of encouragement or just some empathy, man. Empathy would have gone a long way, but for this prick to fucking do what he done to the cuz, like, fuck him, man. Honestly, I got no empathy for that piece of shit.
100,
Keeping it
man.
100, man. Just be honest,
Yeah.
man. Now, Seki boys, there was a post from Filippo, and it was just heading into our Fia Poko of the week, but it was of a couple on a cruise ship, and they were playing a speaker, and obviously this couple were obviously triggered by the music coming from this tiny ass speaker, walk over to the couple, and then gongi the speaker over the barrier and into the water. Like, you cannot make that shit up, man. And Filippo wanted to know your thoughts on what he thought about the couple.
I just realized that.
The four of us are like just having our own little party. This is on a cruise ship. And then an older couple walk past, hear the speaker, and they decide to go grab our speaker and just chuck it over the barrier into the water. And they're like, what the hell?
Cool,
Like,
man.
cannot make that shit up, bro.
Oh man.
Like, your thoughts. Filippo wants to hear your thoughts. What are your thoughts about that lady doing that to the speaker? Like, warranted or not warranted?
Oh man, I'll go first. Probably a shady word. Probably one of those shady words, mate, that you get from out the Ota. So, man, that's pretty sad. That reminds me of when you go to the gym, and then you got some boys. They just blasting out their Bluetooth speaker, eh?
Yeah.
The same time the flipping gym speakers going on, eh? Man, shucks, each to one own, eh? I think on that cruise ship, I think you should just tell them, me, just to either, just turn the music down or change the station or just turn it off, eh? Because sometimes when you're relaxing, some people play some shit music, eh, man? You don't want to be listening to that. I can at the gym or at this or at that, you know what I mean? Man, but that's pretty gangster, man. They just got up, got the speaker, they just threw it over the flipping ship, man. That's a goner. So, is it warranty? Man. Yeah, I'll say so. Yeah, I'll say so. For the people that threw the speaker over, yeah, man. I salute you, man. Yeah. Well done.
Yeah. If the music was too loud, then yeah. If they didn't comply with any instructions to turn the music down or have respect for everyone else, because it's a shared space, it's not a private space. Yeah, if it's disturbing a lot of people, then yeah, it looks like she got sick of it. But man, if she just did it out of the blue, she better hope. Like I hope that she can swim. Straight up, because I'll be calling her to go get my speaker. But man, the video didn't show the full thing of like how did it happen. It just showed the action at the end. But yeah, shout out to Greece. I think that was a Greek flag. But yeah, Seki.
Yeah, I agree with you. Eddie, like, we don't see what happened before. Like, if she had asked them like multiple times before, and they said no, or got into argument, and she actually warned him, look, this is the last time. I'm gonna throw your fucking stereo off your speaker off the boat if you don't turn it off right now. And then that's the moment when she goes and grabs it and throws it off. So
Yo.
Yeah, you're right. If it was out of the blues, then I'll be pissed off. But
Yo.
if it was working up to that moment and nothing got done, maybe she could have gone and got the captain of the ship or the first mates or
I wonder what was the song that
whatever
pissed her off.
Exactly.
So yeah,
I'm gonna say it's not warranted today, but just when you were talking about a cancer, I could just see that scene from is it the Friday After Next? When Picky walks into the shop, say another motherfucking word, and I ain't playing, nigga. And then when he called the bluff and he pulled the gun on her, like, go free my speaker. Come on, man. I didn't mean it, man. I was just joking, man. Come on, man. I'm here with my piece on the side, man. Come on, leave me alone. Fuck, yeah, no warranted, bro. Think about it. The cruise ships, fuck, they're the same size as a fucking rugby field, bro. Like, fuck, you can fuck off on the other side. Like, what you gonna, like, if it was an older couple, bro, why are you hanging out with the Gamakis hang? It's like they are communal areas, but they are age appropriate areas as well, But just do it and throw it. Like, throw it against the wall. Don't throw it over the fucking rail. Like, fuck. Wow, that's like aikai, man. I'm your aikai to the days.
Gotta fight to the fish.
Pollution. Might get a national fine for that shit. Not that trying to be big grills and someone's taking a piss in the water just behind you. What the hell? Oh my god.
A little bit salty. Man, sick, man.
This has been your one of those guys taking people through the Amazon and you're telling the elephant it's gonna do a certain thing and it does the total opposite. What in the left? That's when you use inappropriate language and you knock yourself out. Checking it over to the panel, man. Pick your Fia Poko, including the lady they're free to speak over there. And those two cops. Up to you guys.
Damn, so much
Man.
Who's your pick him?
Girl that got her head smashed by the fan.
Well, the ceiling
Whoever
fan,
designed that ceiling fan and where to put it, man. Fuck sakes, man.
Yeah.
Well, you're not supposed to put your head that far forward.
No, that's literally called what you call a big head when you feel Malo Valley with that language inside the house.
Bro, that was karma. That was karma, bro. Yeah.
Not even Hadley's one. That was bots too, eh? Like, how could you not
right.
know? Like, you know?
Yeah, that's a good one, bro. I shared that on our Always page. Like, got him. Like, that's what you call take the bait. We called that take the bait back in the day. Not the took the bait guy.
I'm gonna go with the elephant, eh? So much time to get away.
Cool, guy. Yeah.
So much time to move away, and the elephant's just like, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Again, yeah, man. That's a hard one. Man, I'll have to go with that those hikers, one pissing in the street behind his mate. Wow, I don't know if he did that purposely. Then the guy trying to do a vlog how fresh the water is and it tastes a little bit salty, my man. Wow, well, man. So probably out of that one. And the African tour guide, man. Never trust the African tour guides, bro. Sharks, man. You know, look how huge those animals were, eh? And this guy was just playing with the flipping of, and how huge something like that can move just smoothly through water, far out. So and then obviously the last one there with the Palingi King got her head done, and hopefully she's okay. But then again, hopefully she learns from her language as well. You know, so probably the African elephant, yeah.
Man,
that's me. Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the hiker, bro. Like, that's gotta be the funniest thing, bro. I don't know if anyone cued him, bro, but to say it even tastes a little bit salty, like to the what you got salty nuts for? I don't know. But nah, but that's a five-way tie, eh, with all those. The week's been good for these Fia Pokos, man. That's our Fia Poko of the week. You got a food review for us, Kaisar? Nah, you gonna advert your chickens?
No. Just these Hawaiian sweets that my daughter sent over from Hawaii. So just these ones here. I don't know. Comment down below if you guys had these Hawaiian sweets because what are these Cheetos? Eh, flipping Cheetos.
Yo.
Yeah, these Cheetos.
Are they the spicy also? Or they norm cheese?
Nah,
extra
spicy,
cheesy?
spicy ones.
Oh, bro,
Spicy and extra cheesy, and then these Hawaiian, whatever they call. Yeah.
Seki.
Yeah, bro. But I'm not gonna open it because I'm not a sweetie guy. I mean, I had a taste of one. My daughter opened it, but man, I gotta tell you, comment down below if you guys had Hawaiian sweets and compare it with New Zealand sweets because man, New Zealand sweets are hard to beat. They even up against American sweets, man. I've heard it before from mates that are living overseas as well, and even when we travel overseas. But you know, obviously Asia, man, their sweets are just sweet, like triple sweet. But when you travel out those ways, bro, it's like shit. I don't know how you can survive on those. But nice though, nice. But for me personally, New Zealand sweets, man, the best. So aloha to our Hawaii peoples, but I gotta tell you, man, those Hawaiian sweets are a bit too much for us, for me anyway. Yeah, that's my food review.
Well, that pretty much wraps up our pod, man. We'll get into some final words. Some last words, sorry. Start with you, Kaisar.
Yeah, like I said, my second hearing in court coming up, so it's a positive thing for me because I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to the adversity and just embracing that. So here's a quote: "Don't be afraid to fail, but be afraid not to try." And that's a quote from Michael Jordan, number 23. So once again, don't be afraid to fail, but be afraid not to try. That's a quote from Michael Jordan. So with all the tough times that we're going through, there's a good quote. Another quote. Another quote here. Yeah, the only limit to our realization of tomorrow. So the only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. And that's a quote from the one and only Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg.
Yo,
That's the man. So yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you.
Zeki, nah, I'll go along the same lines, man. It's all about community now. With things getting hard, just gotta look out for each other. Band together, but yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Eh? Just yeah, come together as a community. Zeki.
Thank you, boys. Good to be back on Empty Out the Clip. My last words, just look out for our new movie and TV stuff that's coming out on the WesWes Network. We've got our new WesWes Movies and TV YouTube channel. So subscribe to that, and you'll get 2 of our podcasts on there, channel 1 through 5, and the Late Returns film review. Like I mentioned before, we did me and Eric, we did Die Hard, and they'll come out. I'll put that out tonight. And yippee and next week I'll put out White Man Can't Jump. Did that with Filippo and Leti. And
Classic,
we'll
that's a
do a
classic.
recording tomorrow. I think I'll put down on the chat if anyone wants to jump on tomorrow's session. So yeah, we're looking forward to that. Looking forward to pull that stuff up on the website as well. So yeah.
If I can suggest too, do a review on No Retreat, No Surrender. Van Damme's first. Do one of those ones, huh?
Kaisar!
Yeah.
You should jump on that one. Then.
That was sicky.
That's me.
I think my last words is pretty much to everyone just holding back on reaching out for a different look, a different lens on life. Don't ever feel you're too old to pursue something new. I've come across so many people who have even like that lady Sarah who beat bowel cancer. She was actually looking at the age of 62, looking at trying to get into a different field, and she's a midwife and an RN. Yeah, that tells me like you're never too old to learn anything, especially if she's thought about taking on her mother-in-law to look after as a primary carer. So yeah, man, shout out and love to her. Yeah, my last words is like, yeah, man, don't ever be scared to step out on the unknown, man. Like, I think if you manifest a lot of things that you want to do, like I said, man, make a plan, sign it off, tick it off, email someone, tell someone about it. The more you do that, the more the energy into trying to pursue something like that can actually be easier for you to do. But now yeah, that wraps up my last words, man. You know what it is, get late in all of it.
Zeki usos.
Seki usos. Well, yeah, that pretty much wraps up our our episode. Yeah, you be sure to find more of our brothers on the Counter Rock and also the 135 Footy Show. You can also find Producers Cam's self-titled podcast. You can also catch him and Eric on the Late Returns and 135 channel, where they give their ends on what they think about their movies. You can also find that on our YouTube channel, as Producer Cam spoke about. But yeah, if you've made it this far, smash the like button, give us a like, subscribe, and share some love for the WesWes Network, where we talk our Pacifica point of view in one shot, no retraction. Seki Brothers, that's another one for the books. Let's get the fuck out of here.
West, y'all.
Oosh.